how did you start it in this entrepreneurship journey? Or where in Russia are you from exactly?
Oh, I'm originally from Moscow. This is quite interesting because I believe that a lot of entrepreneurship, the entrepreneurs, they came from the poverty, let's say. Because in Russia, I have a lot of good friends. Now I run a business club. We have more than 120 people with an average capital more than $2 million. I think only 5% of us are from Moscow or St. Petersburg as a capital city. The rest, they are from the small cities. Because if you came from the small city, if you come from the poverty, you are hungry. You are looking for success. I'm from a very good family. I was learning very good school.
Are you
I'm Russian.
Oligarch?
No. I was the poorest guy in my class.
Okay.
Let's say we have 26 people. How I can compare it? Let's say a lot of people in my class, they were driven to school on a Mercedes, maybe on a Jaguar or something like this. But I was walking or drove by, I know I'm familiar with Lada. So
Lada,
we have Russian cars, Lada. My grandparents from one side, they was professors in universities, but there is not so much money. This is more about intelligence and knowledge. On the other hand, my grandparents, dentists. So they was a little bit more wealthy.
Mm-hmm.
My father was a small entrepreneur. He just do, let's say, some type of shop inside the mall. So it was about the sport clothes, something like this. And mother usually helps them. It was some money, but it was not a lot, let's say. So my parents also get some hard times. And then I was maybe on the late classes, because in Russia we have maybe different classes. We have 10 classes. We go to school at 6 or 7 and then quit at around 17, 16. I paid for the bills for our home because we had around 10 months so the bills was not paid for the 10 months.
Yes.
So it was different periods of the times when it was money, when it was not. But I'm from Moscow. I'm from a very good family with very good education. But I'm still hungry because when I drive underground metro, or when I drive Lada, my friends driving new Audi A5, Audi RS5, Jaguar, etc. And it was a big motivation for me. When they got drunk, I just drove them back home on the Audi, so it was really good. And I do a lot of stuff, and then I work. I'm the guy who worked in a factory. Okay. I worked in a factory as my first job on a second or third course of the university as a tester. It was drill stations. When you get oil, you have some controllers. It's more about technical stuff. I'm an engineer. I work on a factory. In dollars, it was $200. Let's say a salary, monthly salary. Maybe back to this year, it's calculated to the current exchange rate. Back to these days, maybe it was 400, something like this. And then, I started trading. I was, and every time I go to the university, I see that advertising. It was Russian campaigns, Russian Forex campaigns back to 2009. That's the first time I just met this trading. And then I opened a demo account, and on the first course, I was already trading. And from 2009 until 2011, I became quite successful. I was a 20 years old guy, maybe 19 years old guy. I was good looking, like you now. And I tried to sell investments on the Forex. By the end of the 2010, I already get around $250,000 under control. $200,000, it was my capital that I trade. I found a video on YouTube from 2015. In 2015, I trade for the 30,000.
Wow.
And in 2010, I trade for the 200,000. And then on the March 11, 2011, it was a big boom in Japan on the Fukushima nuclear station. And I lost everything in 5 minutes. I was in a long USD to Japanese yen.
Right.
And then I got liquidated with all the more than $200,000. It was not my money. Yes, I had a car during this moment. But I remember the time I was laying on bed. Oh my God, what I need to do? I need to came back to my parents and told them we need to sell our apartments because I'm in debt for a lot of money.
Is it a Russian thing to do, or
no?
Can you lose money and just go to the parents?
It's a Russian thing to do. Maybe it's about my mentality. Yeah. But then the next morning I called to all of my investors and hey guys, we are. So let's find a way. And that's how my entrepreneurship starts.
Who are these investors? Were they worthy people?
Well, it was people like you and me right now, or they was around 30 years old, or entrepreneurs.
But they understood
understood all the bullshit. And
Right.
that's how I started and then for the next 5 years, I have no idea what do. I do everything. Started from food. We just buy food in a restaurant and do a delivery. We are building websites. We are selling clothes. We do everything. And then in 2011, 2013, we were sitting in KFC, and my friend told me, hey, the guys in America, they're building mobile websites. If you go back, in 2014, it was no mobile versions of the websites.
Yes.
All the websites on the iPhones, on the phones, looks like a regular on a PC.
PC, yeah.
And I founded a company that became the number one in Russia, building the mobile apps. And I generate a huge amount of income. We have more than 200 projects. I started with the websites, costs $300 and ended by 70,000. And then in 2016, I founded a dating app, Sugar Daddy, Sugar Baby dating app that became the number one in Russia. We already worked with my wife under this project. She was the head of the support and she helped me to cover all of this. It was profitable. It was more than 1 million users. It was interesting business.
Yeah.
And then in 2019, I sold it and I moved to US, started a new companies. And then I got fucked up 5 times.
By like what?
I failed all of my startups. I ruined all of my money. And by the 2020, I had Audi RS5 and Audi SQ5, quite fast cars. I needed to sold all of them. Also, the most painful thing was to sold my wife's car.
Ooh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, then I put my apartments. I already had my own apartments. I put it on a debt on a loan. So I needed to, because I need money.
Where, in the US or in Russia?
No, here in Moscow. In Moscow.
Okay.
Because I failed in the US, I get back to Moscow, and I needed to get all of this. And then in 2020, 21 was my first job as a C-level. I joined a company called DreamCam. It's a company that provides live cam webcam, but in the virtual reality. It's crazy technological stuff. Because now when you open any site like X Hamster, any other, once you click on a VR, the company DreamCam provided all the technical stuff.
Right.
So we was responsible for the world technicians between the studios and VR headsets. Also, this is a time when VR become popular.
Yeah.
With Mark Zuckerberg, he just translated it to the Meta. The salary was good, around 10,000 per month. For the Russia, it is a very big salary. It's like 1 million rubles. And then I started YouTube in 2021. I completely missed crypto in 2021, 2022, 2023.
Wow.
I was not in crypto. I just recorded a video about Stepan and it's booming.
Yes.
It becomes a hype of P2P in Russia.
Right.
And I also made a video about P2P and it's booming. And then I found a very interesting fact that people, they want to learn more about crypto, but they don't want to listen you and me in a monologue. They don't want looking like a talking head.
Right.
They want to listen this dialogue where it's questions, answers. And then I have no idea what is DeFi is. I have no idea how to stake. Okay, yes, I used wallet, I do trading, I use exchanges, I trade on a Bitfinex in 2016, so I'm quite young. I was quite early. I bought Bitcoin in 2017 and ETH in 2017. Also, it was funny when I found ETH equal $300,000 on my wallet.
Oh.
My wife just told me, hey, maybe we can sell this flash card. I can say, yeah, let's do, but let me try it first. I opened and it was ETH for the $300,000. The exchange rate was 3,000.
Wow.
So it was a lot. It
also,
saved me.
so you just bought 100 a long time ago. You forgot about
saves
it.
It saves me. So it was a lot of stories like this. And then here we are now. I'm around the largest Russian-speaking podcast about cryptocurrencies. We have 12 million views per month on the YouTube. We have around 4 million unique viewers. We have 6 million views on Instagram. I am the most influential guy in the CIS market in the crypto field. All the influencers in the CIS market, they followed me. For me, just enough to put some idea on my Telegram.
Yeah.
And then in the next 10, 15 minutes, it's spread around the world. Also, I'm one of the 220 participants of the Trump's dinner. Gala dinner with the President Donald Trump in the Washington. I just came from there 2 weeks ago. Also, I was a co-founder and chief marketing officer for the Hamster Kombat and responsible for the world growth from the 0 to 200 to the 100 million users. But during this way, I I also run an affiliate marketing company.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of things now. I have more than 200 people working in all of my
your
branches of business. I have 6 CEOs, chief executive officers, who works in a different companies.
Right.
And in every company I have partner, usually one partner, maybe 3 partner, who is responsible for the other, maybe financial stuff, sales stuff, other things. I mostly do ideas, business development, connections, investment, marketing. So I am responsible for so the money flows inside the business. This is my story and these podcasts and the idea for the maybe 2025, 2026 to build the same media empire in the English-speaking world. Because I know that this hard work pays off.
Yes.
This is the only way. Yes, I work like a maniac. I work 12, 14, 16 hours per day. Also, this is really pushes my team to the top because they see that they are leader. He is working. He is not chilling. This is my story.
And where do you think it's going to end up?
Who knows?
In 5 years?
My, let's say, target is to get around $40 million in wealth.
Why so low?
Because, it was at times when I generated 250,000 personal income per month. I made it for more than 2 years. I know how it's feel to get 200 every month. If you put 40 million on an average interest rate 6 to 7%, it will generate 200,000 per month.
Theoretically, but you as an entrepreneur, the thing is you're more likely going to have a crazier idea to fund.
I know.
And then you're probably going to bust it.
I know. I will be honest, I want to build by my own cash. I don't want to, let's say, to be weak person who need to raise money. Sometimes you need to raise. Now, if I need 1 million for the project, it's solvable.
Yes.
I can found it, but if I need 10, now I have no idea
where to get it from.
How to get.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that the farther I move, it will be maybe 110 will evolve to the 100.
I think you're probably going to evolve from this model when you move to the US because everyone else is already conditioned in this fundraising way. The good thing about coming from places like Russia or Africa is that you learn how to bootstrap.
Yeah.
You don't grow up thinking that someone is going to give you $1 million for a fucking project.
I need to earn it
You
first.
need to earn it, you grind, you save, and you do it. Whereas in the other, like in the West, it's more like, okay, you just have an idea and then you make a pitch deck, and then it's kind of like someone will give you money. Like, I didn't understand this concept, but I had to learn it.
That's why all the strongest entrepreneurs in the US, they are foreigners.
Right, absolutely. I agree with you.
The same that I started with you. All entrepreneurs in Russia, they are not from Moscow.
Right, they're from the trenches of Russia.
The same is with the US. All the great entrepreneurs in the US, they are not from the US.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And this is the same one like it was in the Russia. A lot of my friends, let's say 80% of my friends work as the top managers in the companies. In the US, a lot of the Native Americans work as the managers in the company.
Yeah, so it's like they targeting becoming a CFO or whatever.
Something like this. Yeah. Also, this is a big challenge for me to raise the kids because I want my kids to be entrepreneurs. But we will be honest, entrepreneurship is hard.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's safer, it's easier, it's better to live as a top manager. Sometimes you get more money.
Most times you get more money. I don't think entrepreneurs do it simply because they want to make money. I mean, then Jeff Bezos would retire by now,
Yeah.
I think it's having ideas. If you think that your perception of reality is the right one, your ideas are right, you want to see it in the real world, like this is how things are supposed to be. And you're willing to take your money and risk your well-being to do it. I think that's what most entrepreneurs do.
That's why I do it.
Exactly.
Always.
Because if it was about the money, you would be like, oh, I just made $5 million. I'll put it into a savings account or buy bonds. Then I get 5% a year. I'm good. But it's all these ideas and stuff.
And stuff, yeah.
I think it's either you have it or you just don't. I don't think it's this thing that you can...
It's a way.
It's kind of like maybe 50% nurture, 50% natural. Yeah, that's a tough one to raise kids in that kind of way.
Because now I want to spend some time with the family. That's also very crucial for me because in this chase of money, you can skip your life.
Yeah,
true. I don't want it. You and me, we are moving super fast because an average people generate, millions in late 40s,
right,
or maybe 50s. And when we're on the mid 30s or early 30s, already made this type of business, maybe empire, get some income. We are really moving super fast. Because when I get success in 20, I was also quite successful at 20. you will be failed a lot of times after this. It's not consistent when we are very young.
When you have kids like this, what do you teach them now? Because I think people that grow up with wealth, like your kids, are more likely going to be good capital allocators like VC. Like I know a lot of people in the VC industry that are really good. Mostly they grew up with money because it's not something new for them, right? They understand large numbers already, how to allocate it. Their hunger is different. They're good at just managing money and invest there and make money. For people who grew up with nothing, they're sort of good at making it. But now we're entering a world of AI at the same time. So the ideas that you and I had are going to be completely disrupted in the next 4 or 5 years. So what do you teach your kids now?
I decided that until they hit 7, it will be okay. Then I will limit them super hard. Now I try them to teach money, how to operate them, how to do investments, how to do all the things, as you told me as a CFO, and also how to earn money. Let's say not every time, but very often when we're going to the grocery, I just give them money, not card, physical money. So they feel it. They give it to the cashier.
Right.
They get an exchange, so they feel that they buy something. And if they want to buy something, I give them money, and they feel that they exchange it. This is like a small thing. But my smallest one, the 3 years, 2.8. It's nothing to talk with him about right now. But the oldest one, 6 years. When I was growing up, I was dreaming. I have no idea that Porsche 911 exists. But with my kids, I drive it daily. And we do launch start every day.
Right.
And we just started, hey guys, on the way to school, hey guys, are you ready to do? Hey, let's go. And we're doing.
Wow. But also, what's funny about what you said is, okay, so you have to teach them, be like, okay, here's money, pay, get change.
Yeah.
So, what that's doing in their brain is telling them that money comes from dad or someone at the top pays money.
Yeah.
Whereas you were thinking about, you have to go look, since you said you were paying some bills at your house, right? Yeah. It's a whole different.
I remember this time that the guys came to our home that they want to turn off electricity in our flat.
Wow.
Because we did not pay for it for the 10 months.
Right.
And stop, I will pay it today.
Yeah. So your idea was already like, okay, money doesn't come from parents. I have to get it from elsewhere and pay these guys.
I get it. And also I try to be an example for them. Let's say for me, it's quite hard also when you work until late night, until let's say 2 a.m. This is always a dilemma. If you work until 2 a.m., you cannot show them an example that the daddy is sleeping. That's quite complicated because they usually wake up at 6:30, and you cannot lay in bed showing them that the dad is sleeping all day because they will left the home at 7:20. They go to school, and the dad will be sleeping.
Yes.
So this is a very bad example. So you need to limit yourself. You need sometimes I walk with them. I had a breakfast. I drop them to school, or maybe waiting until they will be my wife will drop them, and then I go sleep again. Sometimes that I do because it's all about the example. I made this experiment on a stage in a Moscow Blockchain Live. I just told, hey guys, let's put an example. Hey, please raise your finger like this. But I told them that you need to raise this finger.
Okay.
But the 80% of the people in the audience raised this one.
Oh, where was this? In Russia?
In Russia.
Okay.
It was, let's say, thousands of people who paid minimum $300 for the ticket. But they did not what I talked. What I did. They show that I did it and they repeat it, but I talked a different thing. This is exactly with the kids. They did not listen to you. They just watch.
Yeah, okay. Right. So you just have to lead by example. Yeah. But why do people raise this finger in Russia? Because in other countries, surely people would do this.
No, you can try. So you can just say, hey guys, let's do an experiment. Please raise your point finger to the top. Faster. Everyone, please.
Oh, so you say a pointer finger, but you
point
raise
finger,
this one.
You raise this one. Trust me, 80%.
Right. I get it. I now 80%. Get it. Yes, I see.
Because they do not listen to you.
They just watch.
They just watch.
A good psychological trick there. I'll use it. Raise your pointer finger.
Hey, if you like this video, don't forget to watch a full episode and also check the links in the description below.